This video starts with a quick playthrough of what I'll be teaching just to see if you like it, so you know whether to stick with it. Here it comes. This is a very short lesson on how to play blues guitar for people who have started a little bit of guitar, perhaps played a little bit of sheet music and some chords, but haven't done any blues or improvisation yet. And hopefully this very quick taster will provide a basis for learning more about the blues and applying it not only in blues music but in folk, country, rock and pop music. So I want to introduce you to a very simple little box of notes which helps you play the blues. So here we can see in this little red square there's 4 notes going from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret on the 1st and 2nd strings. You can see that little group there. And then that red box corresponds with the 5th open string. So that's the first box we're going to look at. So I play the 5th open string and then play in this little box of notes, 4 notes, between the 3rd and the 5th frets on the 1st and 2nd strings. So that little box is here. 2nd string 3rd fret, 2nd string 5th fret, 1st string 3rd fret, 1st string 5th fret. Now these fall on a blues scale, in the scale of A. Always sounds rather nice and bluesy. And that goes along with the A note. So this is the root chord and the little twiddly bits to add around it. So you can go, that's the A note. And all these notes fit very nicely. See that we could keep doing that, but it would get a little bit boring, so we want to put some movement into the progression by shifting to another bass note, another chord. And the bass note we're going to shift to is to the D, which is the open D string. And there's another little box of notes. So the D string in my diagram is shown as green here, the 4th string. And when you pluck the 4th string, the little notes you're looking to play are here in the green box. So it's the same shape of box on the first 2 strings, but this time it goes from the 8th fret to the 10th fret, and we can twiddle around inside those. And those notes will also always work when we're playing. So let's just try that. So here's the D string, played open. And our little box is here, so it's the 2nd string 8th fret, 10th fret, 1st string 8th fret, and 10th fret. So it always works. Very nice. So we can now see how those two can clip together. We can go from the A string and its little box down here, up to the D box. Got a little bit of movement, but we haven't got quite enough to make it a standard blues, because there's one more chord progression to go to, and that's in this instance it's going from the A to the D, back to the A, Then you leap ahead one more and go to the E, and I'll just show you where that is on the diagram. So on the diagram now we see that the E string is the bass E string right up here. The 6th string marked in blue on this chart, and we can see that corresponds to a little blue box over here, same shape as all of the others, extending from the 10th fret to the 12th fret, little group of 4 notes in this shaded blue box, and again those fit with this bass string, so it's the E box that I've created. So let's just hear a bit of that. For those who listen very carefully, you'll hear that one of the notes is just slightly different to the other little boxes, because it's not quite on the blues scale, but it's a very, very bluesy note. It's this one at 2nd string, 12th fret. But if you go further into looking at blues theory, you'll find out exactly what that is and what's going on there. But it's a lovely note to use, and works very well in this progression. So now we've got the whole setup. We've got the A string playing for that chord, and the box associated with it, the little A box I created. You've got the D string and a little box that's created for that, and finally the E string. And now we can put it together. And the normal sorts of blues progressions often go a few bars in the A chord, a couple of bars in the D chord, a couple of bars back in the A chord, then the leap up to E, one bar there, 1 bar back in D, and then back to A, and now back at the beginning to do another lap. So we can show a little bit of that now, perhaps, just see how that works. What you saw on the very penultimate note there, I went for a little slide, so you can use notes which are not on the corners of those boxes, and you can play with those and see which ones work and which ones don't. You can do slides up, you can do whole slides from the corners of the box, that can all work. Vibrato. So you can also do this in a very slow and measured way to get started, and we'll have a go at that now. Okay, so in this short video I've shown you how to go from the A string to have a little melody box around that, which you can twiddle in. Any of the notes work, so you just play with it. Then you can progress from playing in your A chord up to your D chord, back to A, E, create some tension. Resolve in A. So that's the whole 3-chord trick in blues, a whole progression. Melodies, bass notes, you can start as simple as you want. You just mess around in these boxes and you can't go wrong. And hopefully this is the entree to looking at blues in more detail and studying other YouTube videos. And I'd particularly recommend the ones by Marty Schwartz, which I've found very helpful. Okay, thank you. I hope that was useful to you. Bye for now. I'll finish with this diagram and just have it here so that you can press freeze frame if you want to refer to it. The red string is the 5th string or A string, and that corresponds to the red box from the 3rd to the 5th frets, as you can see there. The green string, the 4th string, the D string, as it's otherwise known. If you pluck that, then you can play all of the notes in the green box, which goes from the 8th to the 10th fret. All very nice. And then finally, if you play the blue string, which is the 6th string, or the bass E string, then you play the notes in the little blue box at the far side, and that extends from the 10th fret to the 12th fret. So to get started, there's lots more which you can do here, and the scales extend and overlap in all sorts of complicated ways. But as a starting point, if you get this lodged in your mind and in your fingers, then you'll be able to play blues.